ورشة العمل مع الدكتور ديفيد من الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية.
I think we spend a lot of time thinking about the motivations and the strategy of Donald Trump and this American government that he is heading. But the reality is we have to look at who the person is. This is an impulsive person that's showing every sign of mental illness, all about himself. It's not about country. It's not about world order. It's not about rule of law. Trump's inner circle includes a collection of people with their own agendas, none of which are beneficial to world peace or to American interests. You have, for example, Secretary of State Rubio, whose political principle for his entire career has been trying to undermine and destroy the Cuban government. He has pitched the idea of Venezuela as a way to do that. So look for that agenda to continue. You have Stephen Miller, who has a sadistic approach to immigration policy. You have Donald Trump, who is more of a greedy, I wouldn't even call him an imperialist. It's just about personal greed. So he's made this war about oil and resources. What I'm saying is there's a collection of interests. There's not a guiding principle or strategy. Let's also make no mistake here. The move on Venezuela, the shooting of an unarmed American citizen in Minnesota, the militarization of our cities, these moves are to distract the public from his own political and legal problems, which are growing by the day. Just after New Year's, 20 million Americans lost their health care benefits. For example, the US economy is in terrible shape, declining because of Donald Trump's impulsive, stupid moves and his insane tariff policy. He is not only implicated, he's a central figure in the Epstein files and all that goes along with it, which includes money laundering, pedophilia, and all the crimes that have been outlined. Attacking Venezuela changes the focus of the media coverage to look at that incident instead of all these mounting problems. His polling numbers are collapsing. His political coalition, even among the Republicans, is starting to break. Threatening Colombia, threatening Iran, threatening Greenland, threatening Canada, Mexico, and I could go on. These are not signs of strength by any means. These are signs of Trump's weaknesses. He is trying to change electoral laws in the United States. He's trying to change how the congressional races, it's called gerrymandering in the United States, for those who don't know. I don't know if you can translate that word. He's trying to rig the election process so his party wins and he can retain power. But that is not going to be effective in the long run. This is unsustainable. He knows it. His time is running out. The pressure's ratcheting up. So in some ways, the world, unfortunately, is going to have to watch the domestic situation in the United States unfold, because that has big implications on global order or lack of order, I would say. There's a lot I could say about different decisions that the Trump government has made about U.S. foreign policy and how it's harmed international order. But I think we all know the real enemy is the lack of predictability, the lack of reliability of players, and that makes it very difficult for any other nation to come up with a coherent national security strategy and policy to adapt the world order, which literally is changing every day on the basis of what this crazy man feels that particular day. Again, I think some of this would be better in a conversation form. I don't want to get into too specific because this will get very boring very fast. I think we'd agree on most points. But the reality is how do you adjust to this situation? I think in part, we're all captive to watching how this plays out. But I want to emphasize that Donald Trump's politics are unsustainable domestically, and that will eventually limit his options internationally. The real danger, though, as it gets closer and he is under more pressure, he becomes more dangerous and more unpredictable. So I think it's going to be a very difficult year for us. But the more moves he makes, like Venezuela, this is not a popular move in the United States. No matter what, Fox News and some of the other media that he has pressured into running stories that show his twisted logic on why he made the move to get Maduro, it's not popular with people. People are more interested in their own lives, and it's getting harder to afford their own lives right now.